Hello, and welcome back to the Vigilant Villa. We've gathered the clues, so let's review. We are a detective novelist. This is the hostess. She's currently indecisive but friendly, but she is quite suspicious. This is a dead lawyer, actually, so it's indeed possible that he killed himself. Though why he would is itself a mystery. The truck driver. A woman, her husband is George Hu. Emily Tong is the wife, and then Daisy Mo is a college student. Fair Yi, who is the wife of John Zhang. And then the hooligan, the rude one. So these are our characters. It is very possible that it's someone else and it's not in that group, although this is presented as a closed mystery, so it's supposed to be among a limited set of suspects in order to create the illusion that it's solvable. Also, I have to... I don't know how any of this new stuff works since I last recorded and played, so... I guess we'll see how it all works. Ah, the clues. So, let us continue. You are about to start the deduction. Okay. Yes, I've saved. Okay. So there's this. The thick hemp rope. A scaffold knot that has special meanings. It's well prepared. The only key is in the dead's pocket. There's 2 chops on the back. The fatal wound is the knife wound in the right side of the abdomen. The missing tongue and the strange marks and the gesture are all made after death. He was falling into his arrears on his rent, which is why he was looking, of course, for that. And indeed, he was living in the Marriott Villa.
他这个人吧，名声挺臭的。他打官司只看利益，哪边给钱多就往哪边。
Okay. He had multiple physical traumas and had an absolute disadvantage, which means anybody could have easily taken him out. And there was no phone at the scene. So what are the clues? Well, this one, if we're looking at the clues about finance, this one seems relevant. And this one is not as much. So this one is the main clue here. At least It's the first one. So that's one clue.
他这个人吧，名声挺臭的。
And of course, if he has a
他打
terrible
官司只看利益，
legal
哪边给钱
reputation,
多就往哪边。
then that means he is, well, first of all, we know this also is evidence, so let's add that. Oh wait, no. Oh no, I think I might have messed that up. I think I messed up. Can I go back? I didn't read the change here. Oh dear. Well, what I'm gonna do... Oh, well, I guess I was right anyway. Let's just keep what we have. I don't think I read the information I needed to submit for the second clue properly, but it looks like it's the same, so it
假文
works.
化，臭名昭著的黑心律师，社会关系复杂。
Yeah.
他收入颇高，却不知因为什么，现在穷困潦倒，勉强维持着精英人设。
Okay, that makes sense.
住在市中心的富人区，可能是为了物色新客户。
Well, he
上山原
certainly...
因说谎了，真实原因是跟着何路阳来到别墅。
That makes sense too, because he's like chasing clients now.
他迫切的需要一份工作，或是一笔钱。
Financial crisis. He also lied about why he came up the mountain. That is fairly plausible. I think the important thing here... Okay, so when it comes to mystery novels, I think I've mentioned this, but in case I didn't, I'll mention it again. There's the who done it, where, and why. There's like the three rules of what. And the why is usually the one that's least considered, because motive can be a very tricky thing, but I think I'm going to focus on it, because I feel like in this case it's quite important, because the clues are quite minimal when you consider. Indeed. So, of course, the game tells me I shouldn't start with that. That's way too complex. Yes, it's usually the final thing that you consider. So, let's look at the murder weapon.
今天都有谁离开过别墅？
Let's see. The two men that went out running.
今天只有何老板和臧老
Yeah,
头出去了。
exactly. Here we go.
不过他们是两个人一起，应该可以彼此作证吧？
Unless they're in cahoots with each other, in which case that's not sufficient.
其他人我都看着呢，没人有机会扔掉水果刀。还有那条舌头。
I think she probably meant snatch the fruit knife, but that makes... But just a slight typo there.
那条舌头倒是好处理，顺着马桶完全可以冲下去。
Yeah, that is easy to deal with. That's too easy to get rid of. They're not going to find the tongue. We're not going to find the tongue.
但水果刀处理起来的确比较麻烦。
Yeah.
所以凶器一定还在别墅里。
那就搜，我无所谓。
要不大家一起找找凶器，找到了不就知道是谁干的了？
好好好，我没异议。
Ah, the classic, oh, find the weapon and you'll find the murderer, which is rather simple, but also quite deceptively incorrect usually. Yeah, this is unfortunately a naive approach. By everyone else, that is. This is not good.
找到了！
Amy has found it. Okay, so it's definitely, well, at least it has blood on it, so that...
我就知道是他，这是我在他窗户下面翻到的。
outside his window. Okay, they're both in agreement here. Yes, let's examine. Okay, yeah, that is somewhat suspicious. Especially if it was tossed out the window. Because he's on the second floor. Being one of the, well-to-do people in this group. All the couples are on the second floor, in fact. And he's one of them. Which, of course, means that she would dig it out. That makes sense. Ah. Interesting. Could it be her? The one who was searching the flower beds earlier in the morning. Okay. Let's see what he says. Okay, let's do some more deductions. Sure. Let's save it. Okay, there we go. Just in case I make a mistake. Okay. Liu is about the time of the crime. The clue directing suspicion towards.
昨天晚上，大概12:40左右，我看见他从贾文化的房间里走出来。
That is right. She did say that. In the long interviews that we did with her. Okay, yes, that would be the clue. The clue directing suspicion strip is about the murder weapon.
这是在他房间窗户下找到的。
Right, what she said. Yeah, that's part of the deduction. The problem, as we will probably see here, yes.
凶器是在你窗台下找到的，又有人亲眼看到你进入了死者的房间。光是这两样，你已经无法洗脱嫌疑了，还是不肯说吗？
Okay, let's see where this goes.
你昨晚去贾文化的房间，到底发生了什么？这是你最后的机会了。
I have a feeling.
没错，我去过。
Oh, I was confused with someone else. Okay.
昨晚大概12点半左右，事情我越
No,
想越
he's
生
on the
气。
first floor. Okay, that makes sense now. Suddenly that all makes sense, because I was confusing him for someone else.
我就是去了你孙子房间，我想再教训他一次。他房间门又没关严，我一推就进去了。
Okay. Let's go back in time and look at what his testimony shows.
"你他妈不是很能耐、很能说吗？再他妈给老子说一句试试！
I swung at him again and again. He seemed to be half awake. He didn't fight back, but later he struggled and dodged.
救命！救命！
His voice sounded feeble.
还他妈敢喊救命啊！有人救你的命，谁救老头老太的命？
I noticed that Jack Jutt was holding his mobile phone and he looked like trying to make a call. That made me madder. I snatched his mobile phone and started punching him again. Anyway, after I calmed down, I realized that he had stayed in that same position for a while. I didn't know if he passed out or died. I was a little freaked out. Maybe I used too much strength. That kind of thing happened before. Looking panicked. Okay, so there was a conflict. Alright. Then you have the mobile phone, right?
你没拿走他的手机，
Yeah, why don't you, if you say you had it, you should have it, right?
我拿他手机有啥用啊？我没拿。
Okay, he didn't take it. He must have left it before he left. Okay.
为什么
Why?
一开始不说？
Why didn't you tell us?
我他妈回房间，就发现不对劲儿了，衣服上沾了点血。我才回过味儿，为什么那孙子不还手？本来想今天早晨走的，但没想到桥断了。
你有没有用过刀？
Yes, did you use the knife?
我没有，我也不知道那把刀为什么在我窗户底下。
Okay, so he doesn't know about that.
人不是我杀的，医生不是说了吗？要他命的是刀伤。
谁知道你是不是先捅完了他，让他失去反抗能力，再打他泄愤的？
尸体不会骗人，损伤部位有红肿反应，是生前造成的损伤，所以殴打动作一定发生在致命的第3刀之前。
She seems confident in this part, which is important.
都他妈说了不是我。
One more.
麻绳是你准备的吗？
不是，我上山什么都没带。
He did indeed come here without luggage. He lacks preparation tools except for what he can carry within, like, his coat. Like small tools. A rope wouldn't have been so easily concealed.
打完他我就走了，其他什么都没干。
那么，你和贾律师之间到底有什么过节？
Ah, yes, the motive. That's the important thing.
没有，老子就是看他不爽。
And of course, he's hiding it because it's sensitive.
让我猜猜看，你昨天为什么突然那么冲动？是因为他说了什么，触碰到了你敏感的神经吧？
Yes.
那件事就是
The grand demolition case.
是帮宏远办的拆迁案。
Leo's expression changes. He breathes heavily, looking painful.
这就是突破口。
Yes, that's it.
知道宏远吗？
Here's a wonderful recap of that event.
要是没有我，他们的商场不一定能那么顺利建成。当时那块地皮住满了贫困户，切，这在座各位应该都没见过那场景。一家3口挤在不到20平米的屋子里，到处都是一股垃圾味儿。
I know the memory makes him painful, and that's his hatred, and that's the key. Leo is abnormally serious. His eyes turn red, staring at a fixed direction, and he's trembling. I can get the answer I want as long as I keep pushing. But the cost is his pain. And this is, of course, one of the... Pursuing motive is usually very useful in mystery, but it tends to be pricey. And it tends to create unnecessary conflict in some cases. It's really good at narrowing the suspects, but it's also just as good at creating red herrings. We have to be a little careful. Let's talk about the poor households.
你是那些贫困户之一，你被骗签署了最低赔偿合同，你原本是可以拥有一大笔钱的，但你被他骗了。
Let's talk about the old couple.
那起拆迁案和你提到的老头老太太有关系。贾律师伤害了他们，所以你痛恨他。他们是你的亲人，对吗？
I want trust. This is nothing. This is important.
你可以
I
信任
think.
我，我会帮你洗脱嫌疑。
Okay. Let's see.
他是一个黑心律师，为了赢得官司不择手段。而你，比任何人都清楚这一点。
那又能怎么样？还不是一样活得好好的。
I don't think he agrees with you now.
你认出了他，你发现他对你们没有一丝愧疚后悔。他把成功欺骗你们当作炫耀，把践踏你们的权利当成荣誉。 你们在他眼里是路边的垃圾，地沟里的老鼠，茅坑里的蛆虫。
I'm being dramatic as a novelist.
他对你们没有丝毫尊重，他就是靠牺牲你们的血液才能有今天的财富。
What an interesting metaphor that is.
他这样的人，死不足惜，所以你惩罚了他。
没错，他就是死100次也活该。
所以，你真杀了他？
我他妈也想杀了他，但我晚了一步。
He was already dead. Someone killed him before he even got there, or at least he was
你跟
dying.
那起拆迁案有什么关系？
他最亏欠的人不是我，是老头和老太太。
All right, slight bug there, but let's continue. Another
我没爸
flashback.
没妈，是一对老夫妻领养了我。老头是卖菜的，老太太是扫马路的，两人挤在一个小屋子里。我是孤儿院里小霸王，爱闯祸，本来没人愿意领养我，但老头愿意，还说我这是身手好，以后肯定有出息。他们赚的钱不多，但对我挺好的，我总有新衣服穿。吃的菜里但凡有肉，也都先给我。我还上了小学，不过读到毕业就辍学了。我们那一片都没什么钱，但那些邻居都挺好的，没什么坏心眼儿。后来忘了哪一天，听说要盖商场，那几天大家都在讨论那个事儿。
Yep, this is something that some of you may be
后来有
familiar
个穿
with.
西装的年轻人来我们家，
This is
一
a
口一个
very
大娘大叔
real
的叫着，很热情。
circumstance.
他每次来都带吃的，还给我带了挺多小玩意儿。我就管那人叫大皮鞋。他看着年纪不大，总穿一双又大又黑、擦得锃亮的大皮鞋，特搞笑。对他说不上喜欢，总觉得假惺惺的。但老头老太太都挺喜欢他的。那个大皮鞋还主动给我辅导功课，我挺烦的。我故意找他茬儿，他也不生气，笑眯眯的，假的像是戴个面具似的。大皮鞋那段时间，在我们家这片儿挨家乱窜，但好像没人不喜欢他。再后来，大皮鞋带来一份合同，说是让大家先签这份合同，其实就是在低价买我们的房子。但大家都信他，想也没想就签了。他跟老头老太太说，签了那个，就能拥有一套学区房，我就能去个很好的学校上初中。老太太最先心动的，两个人就签了。
Right.
我数数啊，有多少人被这个大皮鞋骗了呢？后来才知道签的是什么东西。学区房，做梦！我们拿到的钱根本就没几个字儿，还没了住的地方。宏源的钱，我们的钱，都被骗到了他的口袋里。老太太觉得是自己的问题，一时想不开，自杀了。老头受不了刺激，犯了疾病。老头被救护车拉走的时候，我跟在车后边跑。 他拿个手帕挡着脸，装作没看见我。但是摘了面具的那张丑恶的嘴脸，我后来经过那么多年，还是忘了。倒是没想到在这儿遇见他了。我又被送回了孤儿院，年纪算大的，不太容易再被领养。
Unfortunate. Okay, so Daisy here. It is definitely important to have motives.
别误会啊，我只是眼睛有点发酸。
很感人的故事，非常合理的作案动机。重逢改变人生轨迹的仇人，激发内心的仇恨，杀了他，才能发现你心中的恨意。
Well, I mean, that's a very utilitarian perspective.
所以你临时起意，拎着厨房的水果刀就去找他算账了。哎呀，小兄弟，我真的是非常同情你的经历啊！但是，杀人是犯法的，你怎么那么冲动呢？
各位，现在事情已经很明显了，我建议，为了大家的安全。
I'm going to disagree. And the reason I'm going to disagree is because as I said, I don't think that he had an ability to have a rope like that. That's not likely. Not really. Yes, there are still questionable points. Specifically this.
10分钟左右的时间，想要完成杀人家精细的处理现场。
Exactly, there you go.
甚至连口腔周围的血迹都擦得干干净净，时间根本来不及。
The wounds.
死者身上有多处打击伤，如果刘志宏动手，贾律师一定会还击。但事实是，刘志宏身上没有任何轻伤。
No, he doesn't.
这说明，在他动手的时候，死者已经不具备反击能力了。在他进去之前，已经有别人先砍了2刀，让死者失去了还手能力。
Yep, as I said before.
我们亲眼看到了，他回房间的时候把门锁上了。门锁没有被撬动的痕迹，不是凶手有钥匙，就是死者为凶手开的门。死者会给他认识的人开门，会给对他毫无威胁的人开门，但绝对不会给刚刚和他发生过冲突的刘志宏开门。
Oh yeah, that's a good. Yeah, exactly. He wouldn't have, because it was unlocked by that point.
另外，死者的手机丢了。凶手带走手机，是因为里面有他不想让我们知道的关键信息。也许那是他的杀人动机，但和刘志宏的杀人动机不符。
我们不能拿自己的安全陪你玩侦探游戏。他是嫌疑最大的人，又可以撬开门锁，这样的人留着非常不安全。我建议把他单独控制起来。
我也同意。
哎，何总说的非常有道理，大家举手表决吧。
和我无关，我不表态。
你怎么认为？
福尔摩斯，我当然站在你这边了。
少数服从多数。
放开我！不是我！
我已经说过了，我亲眼看见他从贾律师的房间里走出来。你这么为他说话，我会怀疑你们是一伙的。
哎呀，方先生，你就别掺和了。你忘了他之前做过什么事儿了？他为了能住这儿，拿刀威胁过我。他本来就是个混混，什么事儿做不出来呀？
放屁！我要真想怎么着你，你现在还能在这儿站着？我算是看出来了，你们根本不看证据，你们他妈的对我就是有偏见。
Yeah, this is definitely very, very... There's a lot of prejudice going around, certainly.
对，人就是我杀的，别他妈放我出去，否则我让你们都去陪那个狗律。
哼，果然是他。等钟叔回来，我必须要招些保安了。
看来他们把我们孤立了。
我需要回去重新梳理一下思路。
你早点休息。
Well, this has certainly become very fascinating, but this only allows people to escape. Well, let's just... well, I think I'm going to stop here for the time being, and we'll resume in the next video. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.